As you can see, I'm cracked out on the protein from cashews, and I'm in a new spot. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paris Voltage of the BloodRaptor Den. I am here with my co-host,
Charred remains.
and welcome to our second episode.
Does anybody want to talk about the Satanic Bible?
I forgot you had that. That is, oh, that is awesome. Yeah, if you want to do like a short reading of it, editor throw
This
up a
book,
photo of its purchase link.
this book has the potential to change your life. It did mine. It is a diabolical work written with elegance, earthiness, and might, serving quite magically as a mirror. If you look within these pages and see yourself, you find its principles to be those you've lived by as long as you can remember. If you feel the evocation of an overwhelming sense of homecoming, then you will have discovered that you are part of a scattered meta tribe, and the proper name for what you are, from the proper name of what you are is Satanist. People, people aren't gonna like this, but
Fuck them. It is literally.
can you see it? Can you
Tilt
see
it
it?
down a bit
Okay.
more. Down a bit more. Down a bit more.
Hold
Right there.
on. Up, up, up.
Right there.
Why is it not focusing?
Because you have a blurry background.
Yes, I know, but this is foreground. Damn it. Whatever, whatever.
It's the
It's called
Satanic
this
Bible.
the Satanic Bible, Anton's Nardo Levy. And then I'll talk about another book later.
Yeah. At some point. Yeah. That was actually a good read. I think that's the only Bible that I have seen written, like written. Oh gosh, read from that I didn't either fall asleep, pull open my phone, or just automatically like walk out. I think that was very educational.
Well, I mean, I don't really want to go down this road too far because people will, there's going to be the people that understand, but I've read the Bible and I don't get it. Mm, mm,
Oh,
mm.
laggy funny
Sorry, excuse me.
moments.
I do get it because it's like well, I was chewing on some mushrooms. I do get it. I read the King James version of the Bible twice. I read it twice, and
Hmm?
I had to memorize scriptures to pass class.
Oh yeah, not good.
It's okay. I mean, it's all right. I went to a Pentecostal Christian school growing up, um, but it made me not believe.
Yeah,
It's sincerely reading the Bible and then having to memorize scriptures made me not believe. And I don't know why people don't understand that, but whatever. Like people believe whatever the hell you want. Believe whatever you want. It's okay. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you there is or is not. So I mean, believe whatever you want. It's your
yeah,
choice, your life, your choice. But
yeah,
and if anybody that is religious is watching this, Satanism is atheism. They
yeah,
don't believe in God, nor the devil, nor heaven, nor hell. It is atheism.
yeah.
Straight up. Straight up.
I can't remember where I was, but I know someone walked up to me because I have a pentagram chain that I was just wearing that day, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, are you a paganist?" And I'm like, "No, I'm a metalhead. There's a
That's,
difference."
yeah. No, it has nothing to do with. It's so funny how people get so offended by seeing something like a pentagram, an upside down
Yeah,
pentagram.
yeah,
It's like, it has nothing to do with anything other than, I guess, trying to offend people.
yeah. Literally.
It's
Gosh,
just
I just
like,
realized I look like I'm starring in a Tim Burton film. I'm gonna turn that down. Oh, it looks just as bad.
what, the grain?
No, my face got whiter.
That's just your face.
Okay. Okay.
Editor. Editor.
No, keep that in. Keep that in. Keep it in my ass like the vibro.
So, Linkin Park,
Yeah, they have a new female vocalist, and all the sexist motherfuckers are really coming out of the woodworks.
Emily Armstrong.
Yeah.
What's wrong with a female vocalist? She may not be able to hit what Chester could. She may not have exactly. And you know what? Sadly, I haven't listened to any of it yet. I haven't gone down that road yet. Um,
Comment section, flame charred. I'm joking. I'm joking.
well, I mean, you may as well,
Yeah,
but
they put out the Emptiness Machine, and then they just put out a song today called "Heavy Is the Crown."
that sounds like a Nine Inch Nails song. Or
Yeah,
am I? Heavy is the head that wears the crown, is what like pops in my head. I
yeah,
think that's a Trent Reznor lyric, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
yeah,
yeah, no, I don't have any problem. I mean, Chester Bennington is gone. He's
yeah.
gone. We'll never get him back. As much as we love him, we will never get him back. So them bringing on a female vocalist, do you really think that it's a sexist ideal that people are angry they have a female in the band? Do you really think that's what it is?
Just from like, I guess like from my own perspective of it, from the comments I've seen that are like I watched. There's a tribute band called Hybrid Theory, and they played
Hmm.
live
Okay.
last year, and they played Lost, a song that was an old song that was like just put out like maybe a couple years ago. And Linkin Park will never be able to do that live. They did it live in their newest show. Like I watched the newest one, and they actually did a little bit of Lost in there with Emily.
Okay.
But their Hybrid Theory's whole band, like they all look and sound like each member.
Do they actually, and I'll have to look this up, do they actually have a somebody on turntables,
Yes.
guitarist,
Mm-hmm.
obviously the vocals, obviously a drummer. That's
Yes.
going to be there, but
Their
like
bass
they've
looks
got the
like their
turntables
bassist
and
looks.
everything?
They've got their own Johan. They've got their own Brad Delson, doppelganger. They got the Mike Shinoda. They have Chester. This dude is. They're all Portuguese, by the way,
Okay.
and
Okay.
they are very good at what they do. Like they did
All right.
Lost, and
You,
I
you
remember going to that show, and I was like, I'm gonna look through the comments for like the set list because I didn't see the set list in the thing. I don't know if it changed or not, but I was going down. I saw the songs right below the set list with all the timestamps. Now this is Linkin Park. What they're doing with Emily now is a cover band. Fuck you.
well, wait. Turn back the tables just a little bit. Yeah, the turntables. Turn it back just a little bit. So, like, what they're doing with Emily, and what's her last name?
Armstrong.
Emily Armstrong. Okay. So,
Someone called
what
that
do
a
you
cover
mean?
band.
Somebody called that a cover band.
Yeah, they
Okay.
called what they're
So
doing with Emily. They said Hybrid
I
Theory is the new Linkin Park. I'm like, Linkin Park is still going.
Lincoln Park is Lincoln Park is Lincoln Park.
I
That
literally
is
just
their
saw a
band.
tour thing.
But I would like to say that again, I think I may have said this in the last podcast. Stone Temple Pilots, after Scott Weiland was going through his thing, they brought in Chester Bennington. Oh wait, no, Scott had actually passed away at that time. He
Hmm.
overdosed in his tour bus, and they brought in Chester Bennington of all fucking people that we could talk about right now,
Yeah.
and we signed a petition to like this is not Stone Temple Pilots. This is Stone Temple Pilots with
With
Chester Bennington.
yeah.
Yeah, like I mean that's the way that it is. So I mean, we actually signed a petition. Please change the name to with Bennington. And they did. They
Oh yeah.
actually did it because they were just still going off on Stone Temple Pilots. Um, I'm sure that I'll end up seeing a petition for that eventually. So whenever it came to Chester Bennington being in Stone Temple Pilots, he didn't sound like Scott Weiland. He absolutely did not.
You sound like
That
Chester.
it's a he sounds like Chester, which cool, cool. But I mean, like I just like none of us could just like get over it. It's like this isn't Stone Temple Pilots. Stone Temple Pilots is Scott Weiland and the rest of the band. I can't rattle off any names or anything like that, but I mean,
Fake fan. I'm joking. I'm joking. Love you.
love you too. No, I mean it's for real. Like if she doesn't sound no,
Oh,
she's
she's got.
not going to sound like Chester. She's
She's
not
not, but
going
she's
to.
got the fry technique. Like she's her own master of. Each vocalist or each musician brings in a different like flavor
Yeah,
to each
absolutely.
project.
Absolutely. We'll see. I'm gonna have to listen to a few songs and see what I think, and
Yeah,
I don't care at this point. I'm too old. I'm too decrepit.
you're not there yet, buddy. Neither of us are. Well, I'm a
Nah.
baby still, but
Well, you're 20 years younger than me, my dude.
that's fair.
Nah, we'll see. We'll see how
We'll
it goes.
see. But yeah, I saw the other day that she got her first number one single on the Emptiness Machine, and I was
And
actually like,
Mike Shinoda's still part of this, yeah?
yeah, still
Okay.
Mike,
Okay.
still Mike,
Okay.
still Johan, still Phoenix. I think Brad's still there, but I think they have a new drummer.
Okay.
I have not heard much about Rob. So it's not just a new
And
vocalist; it's a new drummer too.
and here's the thing. Okay, so the Stone Temple Pilots thing, you bring in Chester, it changed the whole
Sound,
perspective of their sound.
yeah.
And with okay, so my two favorite bands, well, Tool and A Perfect Circle. Tool's never changed up their repertoire. Um, Pussifer is a collective. I couldn't even call Pussifer a band. They are a collective and they constantly like bring new people in. A Perfect Circle is kind of the same. It's still Billy Howardell, it's still Maynard James Keenan, but Paz left, Josh Freese left. Um, well, not necessarily left, but they changed who's in the band.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's still a perfect circle. I never hated on any of that. Like Jeff Friedel, I actually said something on one of his posts on Instagram the other day, and he liked it. He
Oh
actually
yeah, I saw that.
liked my post, and he's getting he's coming back.
Yeah.
Back. Matt McJunkins is coming back as well, which is the bassist. He's coming back to it, but he wasn't always there. But again, whenever it comes to Pussifer, it's a collective. It's a collective. It's not necessarily a band. It's a collective. Like there's constantly people moving in and out. So I mean, I can't necessarily hate on. And again, Chester's gone. We can't get him back. So I'm not gonna hate on it too much.
No.
And
But
do
no.
you agree? Sorry, go ahead.
I will say I have heard the new stuff and I actually like the direction that they're going. Like I will always be one of the like I discovered late like I heard of Linkin Park in 2020. Like like that was when I
Yeah.
first discovered them was when I first picked up guitar and I started getting into all these different
Well, that
bands in the
was
world of music. Yeah. I'm new to the game and I respect the
okay.
hell out of what they do.
You young ass motherfucker.
I get it.
I know you get it.
I know, I'm a baby. Look at this face.
Dude, I was listening to Linkin Park in 2000, 2002, something
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
So you were
Somewhere
like
in that
right on
range.
the hybrid theory.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
oh
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yes. Like absolutely. I think I was 17 years old whenever I first heard Linkin Park. And now my old ass is about to turn 40 in a month, literally.
I just wanted to say congratulations to Emily and I You can do that on camera. I can't.
If we're putting it on YouTube, I can't.
Yes.
I don't want it to get age restricted. Let's think. What else can we
Oh, I
talk
almost
about?
died this week.
Ah, oh, there you go. Let's talk about your near death.
I have towed that bridge and even crossed the bridge, so this is nothing new. But it was just weird to see that whole. Okay, context. I was going somewhere. Yeah, it was last night. It was literally last night. I was going somewhere, and a car just like we were in like there's 4 lanes on the highway.
Hmm.
We were like set on two. Someone came from one all the way to four, like just cut across. Like we were closing a gap between a car and then our car. As the gap was closing, this like small ass like dart just drove through, and then was just zooming. After that, I look to my right. Another dart goes by. They're racing each other on a busy ass highway. But yeah, they were basically just racing, and I'm like, I was just thinking to myself there. I was like, because the dart that came by on the left, I was like, that mirror was like a goat's pussy hair away from my window,
Hmm.
and just collision. But no, they darted out of sight. No pun intended. They almost crashed into us as we were going 60, and they're doing like
Sorry,
ninety
that
or
beep.
80.
Um,
Oh, I didn't hear it.
as many police videos as I watch, it's like,
Oh yeah,
why can't they actually shoot the tire? You've got the spikes you can fling out in front of the car while they're doing 100 miles per hour, but you can't like just have another officer hanging out the window and just pop a tire by
they
shooting
can't
at it.
GTA that shit.
I mean, like, for fuck's sake, I could do it. But I'm a marksman. Pull over,
We don't care if you have
don't
cashews
run.
in your pocket. Get that shit out of the car.
And the cashews, like, apparently, like, to Paris, cashews are drugs.
To me, they are. It's like, officer, I have not been eating cashews. I've been snorting them and butt chugging their oil. How about that?
Jesus.
No, I'm addicted. I posted on my story. I was like,
I
guys,
love
I have a
cashews.
new fucking problem.
I love cashews. Absolutely.
Oh, they're
I
amazing.
and don't twist this, editor. I love nuts.
You're one of me. You're officially
Ed,
one of me. You're fucking gay.
editor, do not twist this.
Happy
No, I
Pride Month,
do.
everyone. Happy Pride
Okay,
Month.
so you that was like 2 months ago, yo.
It's always
Okay,
Pride
so
Month, baby.
whatever. I mean, I'm on behalf of anyone that isn't disturbing me in some way. Some way, I,
That isn't
I,
disturbed. The band.
well, that's not what I meant. You know what I'm saying.
This is a question that we brought up a while ago. What would someone from your birth year think about the modern advancements of today, such as entertainment, pop culture, etc.?
Well, it's kind of a silly question because, I mean, think about it. With my birth year, you know what I was doing whenever I was
Well, I meant
getting
if you
home
could
from
like go back in time and like
yeah,
tell
yeah,
me.
and be like, "Oh, you're gonna have a computer in your hand, in your pocket." I would believe it. I would absolutely believe it.
Oh yeah.
But, I had my first home computer whenever I was 12, but I was still, whenever I got home from school, what I was doing is, and I grew up in the country, so it's like I was out in the woods or I was out on the water. I had my own boat. Um, I I I I believe it. I believe it because my dad was a volunteer firefighter, as a matter of fact, and
Yeah.
he had that. It was like this big,
Oh
like
yeah.
it was a cell phone. It was a cell phone, but there was an antenna on top of the truck, and like he would get phone calls on it and stuff like that. Big leather case. I mean, I knew it was coming. At my age, I knew it was coming because, 12, 13 years old. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead and say yours because I mean, you're
Oh,
younger than me
yeah.
because you kind of grew up in the technical
Like
stuff.
the prologue,
Technology, that's what I meant to say. Technology.
technological prologue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think that the biggest like thing for me, like growing up, was when did the Wii come out? Nintendo Wii. When was that?
And you know what's funny is I was just looking at my name and it says Charred Wiimotes.
Because I knew we were gonna get to this question.
Okay, so I don't here, I can actually look it up unless you're already doing it.
I'm on it. Nintendo Wii release date.
I
Oh
s- I actually
six.
I
These
actually
motherfuckers have
own
been around since '06 and
it.
my birth month. That's great.
I actually still own a Wii.
Oh, same. It's not
I
here,
still
but
own one.
I still
Yeah,
have one.
it's not here either. Like I don't have it. It's back at my parents' house. They've got all my shit.
Probably one of my favorite consoles, like top three favorite consoles.
It's probably not your console anymore. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, well, it's never used. I actually saw it recently, and it was in a edible arrangements bag. Funnily enough, but yeah, it was fun as hell to see that progression. But yeah, the thing with that was okay, so the Wii came out like maybe around when I was like 2.
Yeah. And that makes me feel so old.
You're mad.
I was like 22. I
But
was
no,
like 22 or something. No, I was actually older than that. I was old.
52. I think that the biggest thing for like 5-year-old me, like little Paris growing up, all she could think about was like kids walking around. Like it wasn't phones back then. Like now every first grader, like kindergarten, this was
It
kindergarten.
it was
Kindergartners
like
were walking around with fucking DSs, and I was like,
yeah,
that is
yeah.
the coolest shit. And I worked. I think they were like 130 back then. They were like
I don't
50 bucks.
remember. I
They
I
were
never had
130
one.
back then because I know I
I
had enough,
the,
and they were gonna
and
give me another one for the money I had.
here's how old I am. The last handheld video game thing that I had was a Game Boy. I didn't even have the Game Boy Advance or anything
Just the
like that. It
original
was the
black and white.
original Game Boy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, yeah, I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
the last console I've ever owned was a PlayStation 2,
Ooh.
and
Yep.
then that it was like my dad bought it for me for Christmas, and then I got into building computers,
Yeah.
and I've never turned back since.
Dude.
It
I
was
don't know what I was on, but apparently like when I was like 6, like just before first grade, I had a DSi. Like I had about
mm,
almost over $300,
hmm
and I could have bought two DSs. I bought the DSi and a Star Wars game because apparently they were like as much as COD back in the day.
Yeah,
It was like
60
it
bucks.
was 60
60
60
at
70
least.
bucks.
At least.
Yeah, but like this little disc, this like little not even disc,
Yeah, no,
cartridge,
I
like a
remember.
card. Those motherfuckers
You
were like,
you talk about cartridge, and we're going back into sorry,
yeah,
snip snip.
but
Going
yeah.
back into the whole cartridge thing, like
Oh
the Game
yeah.
Boy and stuff like that. Like, dude, it was this little tiny like square.
Oh
You
yeah.
just pop it down in there.
And they told you
But
not
I
to
mean,
blow on it, but that's how you got it to work.
they did say not to blow on it, but that was like well, we're talking about Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
but like a SNES, a Super yeah, the SNES and then the what was the one behind that? Or after that, I can't remember.
GameCube.
No, I'm thinking of the okay, so there was the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then yeah, I guess the Cube and then the no, because the Nintendo 64 came out before the
Oh,
GameCube. Yeah, but yeah,
I
we
remember playing Super Mario
we
64
we would
on.
blow that cartridge out,
Oh
slam it
yeah,
in there, and
get the fuck in there. Yeah.
I like they say that it's just like you unplugging it and plugging it back in, but it was like
Oh yeah.
that's that's what we did.
Yeah. I actually found my DSi like recently. That
No
motherfucker is
shit.
crusty as hell. It still
Oh yeah.
works.
Oh,
It
let me
still
just clean it up.
fucking works.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
It's not rechargeable, is it? It takes double A's, doesn't it? Right?
nope, it's
Right,
rechargeable.
right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I
What
was
is
looking
that
through some of the
charge for?
old photos and I was like, God, these are so shit.
It still works.
Still works. I have most of the games for it because I sold a couple of them and they were like, yeah, here's $10, kid. Fuck off.
Mm.
And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is so much money. I can now get one fucking Starbucks drink.
Dude, don't go to GameStop. Don't go to GameStop.
What is that? Because they're all gone. I think there's one near me still.
You know what happened with them, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm not
I
even
don't
gonna
want
go
to get
down
into
that
that.
rabbit hole.
I don't want to
Yeah,
get into that now.
we're not going down that rabbit hole.
But no,
Mm-mm.
honestly, just like handing my like back to like the whole like childhood like gaming, like
Mm-hmm.
bringing like someone who is playing Alien Force the video game, Ben
Mm-hmm.
10 Alien Force the video game at 7 years old. You hand that little shit an Oculus Quest 2, that motherfucker will die on the spot.
I,
She will not know what the fuck she's doing. She'll be like, why do I hold this? Why isn't it like this? Why do I not have to crab up? It's like,
well, I
motherfucker, the
mean,
computer is on your
I
fucking thing.
I've done VR once in my
Oh,
entire life, and it was on the PlayStation.
oh,
It was on PS5. I tried it, and it's like it's really
oh, it was
not. You know what I
PS5.
wanted? Yeah, it was PS5 or 4, whatever. I don't remember. But I did the Rick and Morty game. The only reason I would want to have something like the Oculus is because of rally racing. Like I want to play racing games
Yes.
where it's like, but I'm also going to have to have a steering wheel and pedals and all that stuff. I would absolutely adore something like that, but I don't really have any reason to play VR other than that. It's not.
Yeah. That or like, I think that you can get. There's a game called Horseshoes, Hand Grenades, and Hot Dogs.
Yep, I own it.
I would.
I own it.
I would tear that shit up.
I mean, like, if you got it, we can play together. You know that, right?
Well, I don't
It's
have.
just
It's a whole.
It's a VR thing. I play on mouse and keyboard.
I didn't
We
even
would
know that
have
was
to.
possible.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um,
I'm getting it.
and it
Fuck
and
that
it's a
shit.
tiny game. But I mean, we don't have VR. But yeah, no, it's not easy on
No.
mouse and keyboard. It is
No.
not easy at
Yeah,
all.
it's like the
I think it's
stereotypical
kind of
pain in the dick tip to work.
yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to buy it if you don't have VR, some type of
But then
VR.
you got to get at least the one cable up your back and then into like a socket in your head.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Paris, and we have had.
Charred remains.
Use this way. I don't know why I pointed this way.
Charred remains.
Charred remains.
Going this way.
Charred remains.
Jesus.
I want head from charred remains. Okay, cut it.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to cut that one out.
From all the worlds before, we should have never gone. Another last goodbye, take it once
I love how that's the first thing that this whole shit show is gonna start off with.
Hey, fuck it. This is
Yeah.
us. This is
Oh yeah.
who we are.
Yep.
This is where we're going with this. And cheers to beer.
Lovely.